David Icke says in his book, Children of the Matrix, that in both the Lemurian and Atlantean societies they worship the mother goddess, the serpent goddess, and her serpent son Enki, often represented by a bull. Ea, however, is not the only god who is represented by a bull, which is also the symbol for the constellation of Taurus, in which the Pleiades is located. It is known, and has been mentioned in many places, that Ea spent quite some time in the Pleiades, and this may very well be the reason why he is sometimes connected with bulls. Otherwise, here on Earth, the bull is a Pleiadian symbol. Not only was the mother goddess religion practiced almost everywhere during the Lemurian era, but was then spread further west to today's Asia Minor and Europe, which is now Turkey, Greece, Cyprus, and Crete. There, temples were built to praise the Queen of the Stars. The most famous is the Temple of Artemis at Ephesus in Turkey, one of the world's 7 wonders. Looking at the structure of this temple, we can clearly see that humans, no matter how skilled they may have been and however hard they worked, they would never be able to build with such precision. This was a temple constructed by the gods, who had the proper technology. That's quite a safe observation. At that time there was a secret society in existence, built in the ordinary Sirian hierarchical structure, away from the Orion principle of non-hierarchy. This society was called the Sisterhood of Daughters, dedicated in worship of the goddess Hecate. Interestingly enough, at that time, dogs were sacred animals, sacrificed to Hecate. Dogs are of course symbolically connected to Sirius, and by sacrificing these animals to the Queen of the Stars, the Sirian Overlords sarcastically paid tribute to the goddess, whom they once served, but now despise. Hecate was truly another name for the mother goddess, often also served by eunuchs, men who castrated themselves in a distorted form of worship of the goddess. As we've mentioned earlier, in Orion, when presented before the court of the goddess, men address themselves as females in order to connect to the universal energy that is eminent in the presence of the goddess. Here on Earth, this ritual became distorted and misinterpreted, leading to that men castrated themselves to get closer to the divine feminine. Of course, castration didn't make any difference in that respect. In Mu, however, the shamans, high priests, priestesses, and the rest of the tribes lived fairly isolated from influence by the Sirians and Ea. The Orion prince, Prince Enlil, was busy digging for precious metals and building smaller cities for his slave masters, his Sirian brothers, so they could live more comfortably and be served by human slaves, who had to abide their smallest wish. Ea, on the other hand, dedicated himself to further genetic engineering, both of humans and of plants and animals. Thus, well-programmed humans, more intelligent than the miners, now spread all over the world, until things were settled and the new humans had built up the right energies for the Dark Lords to take real advantage of. Many humans were quite free to build their own tribes and societies. However, luring in the background was always the Aryan-Sirian agenda, unbeknownst to even the highest initiated shaman, to build up divine energies and to create a control structure that would work to rule mankind under one umbrella and collect enough divine energy to challenge the Queen of the Stars. Manly P. Hall, 33rd degree Freemasonry of Honor, who was a great Mu and Atlantis enthusiast, wrote quite extensively on the subject. Also inspired by the Rosicrucian, Sir Francis Bacon, who wanted America to be the new Atlantis. He wrote that the most secret rituals of ancient initiation was done underground, in deep cavern, in subterranean crypts, away from the distractions above the surface. They were called the Caverns of the Mysteries.